I arrived in Israel the morning after October 7th. At Ben Gurion Airport, alerts were sounding at a steady pace. Frozen despite the late summer heat, Tel Aviv and Jerusalem seemed like dead cities. Likewise, Sderot, a city on the Gaza border that has been martyred many times, had been emptied of nearly all of its inhabitants. I knew this city. I have made a point of visiting it on each of my trips to Israel over the past 20 years. And in 2009 and 2014, during the last two Gaza wars, when people spent entire days in shelters because of the rockets, my reporting kept me there somewhat longer. But never had I seen it so desolate. Never had I imagined discovering, in the middle of an empty Menachem Begin road, the remains of a dead jihadist covered with a blue tarp that left his blackened, ant-covered legs exposed and rotting in the blazing sun. Or in front of the torched police station, of which nothing remained but the frame, finding myself face to face with my namesake, Haaretz journalist Gideon Levy, a virulent critic of Israel. I share my last name with many. On more than one occasion, I had the chance to get together with some others to reflect on the caprices of a spirit of Judaism that groups the most dissimilar Jewish destinies under the same name. But this particular Levy, catching myself, shaking his hand in a brotherly way, and sharing an astonishment that left our disagreements behind. Gathering with him before a crowd made up of firemen, police, soldiers from the Israel Defense Forces who had arrived that morning, and reservists who showed up on their own even sooner after a parent, a friend, or a fellow reservist had called them from a safe room to confide in a whisper what may have been their last living words. The wolves are in the city. We can sense their presence. We can hear them. They're in the yard, the living room, the children's room. As I speak, they're trying to force the lock. That, too, I never could have imagined. In the kibbutzim, it was worse. They had been part of my life from way back. I knew they were the bastion of the lay, liberal, pacifist Zionism that was my first tie with Israel at the time of the Six-Day War in 1967.